I am in a go-to meeting with Matthew Dunn. He participated in our giveaway, and he should be receiving his iPad very soon, autographed by Diana and myself. So it hasn't arrived yet, has it?
No.
Okay, just making sure. I didn't know. I have my iPad, but did you have one to begin with?
I've had one, but I don't have one now.
Oh, well, then you will have one again at some point in the near future. And part of this giveaway was also getting a meeting with me using the GoToMeeting software. And if you head over to gotomeeting.com and use the coupon code Pirillo, you can sign up for a 30-day trial right now. I've used GoToMeeting in the past to meet with people, and I can also record the video that is being screencast on my screen if I wanted to. I'm choosing to do it differently today, if only because I want to capture the HD faces feature of GoToMeeting. So imagine if we had even more people involved, we could capture more than just the two of us. Although I believe your cat is sometimes walking in the background and possibly meowing.
Yes.
And your question, or what you said you would like to talk about in this meeting, was related to vlogging.
Yes. Well, vlogging and how to make money at it.
Uh-huh. So it's a great question. I was like, God, where do I begin? And here's the thing. When it comes to vlogging, and when I describe it to people, it's social video. It's really connecting with a community of people. It's sharing your personal narrative, your story, your perspectives, your opinions with the greater galaxy or anybody who cares to tune in. The answer is not simple, but it starts with your story. So many people get wrapped up in what kind of camera do I need? How frequently do I need to do it? What kind of traffic do I need? And they're good questions, but they're questions that don't really address the value that I think you would want to build in creating a vlog. And it really doesn't even matter how many people are tuning in. And for years, I realized that many advertisers have been concerned about the number of views or the number of subscribers. Well, here's the thing about subscribers and views. Each one of them can be cheated. That's the bottom line. I mean, whoa, holy cow, are you saying that those views aren't all real? Well, potentially. Are you saying that all the subscribers aren't real? Well, potentially. That is an absolute possibility. But one thing that can't be cheated is that deeper level of engagement. So when you are vlogging and sharing your story, your personal narrative, and you find that you've connected with, let's say, just 50 people. If those 50 people, tune in, they watch, they interact, they share, those people are the people you're influencing every day. And that audience, those 50 people, are much more important to a vlog in terms of, trying to grow that attention than, let's say, having 5,000 followers or subscribers who really don't care about what you do and aren't engaged. It's one of the reasons why, when I started to do the vlog inside the Locker Gnome channel, I wasn't sure how anybody was going to react because a lot of the stuff that I had done, I mean, even though I've done stuff all over the map, I mean, it's just been a channel for putting videos into, I was shocked with the engagement that was like overnight. We just saw a dramatic increase of not views, but likes, comments, shares, like boom. I'm like, wow. And the reason why is because for the longest time I've done things that are outside of the personal narrative. So by adding the personal narrative, it actually boosted the other things that I was doing and vice versa. So my approach to vlogging is going to be different from someone who doesn't have an existing community or doesn't have an existing genre of types of videos that they've done. That's certainly a valid type of vlog, but it's completely different, and even the way you approach it might be different. That vlog might be more catharsis. It might be more exhibitionists, kind of just doing it to do it, versus doing it because you're connecting with a community that already finds what you have to be valuable enough to spend their time with you. So when it comes to monetization, which for some people is a dirty word, but for me, hey, I got no problem with it. I get hired all the time to do speaking engagements, hosting, emceeing, endorsements, spokesmodeling. I mean, even though I'm not much of a model, spokespersoning, can I say that? But all that comes because of everything that I'm doing in the video. So even if I don't necessarily monetize every single video, even if I don't, have, the ability to quantify the way that every advertiser might want to quantify every video in terms of the view ratio to subscribers to all this, because everybody's looking for something different. When a potential partner sees something that I've done, they might point to it and go, we want that person. So you may have to do 1,000 videos, and you'll get better over time, well, theoretically. The first videos that you do are probably going to suck. I mean, Lord knows, I look at the videos I did last week and think, God, those are horrible. So you always are in the state of improving what you do, improving workflow, improving quality, improving every bit of your process, and refining that over time. Some people find that faster than others, but you can't think of the monetization factor as something that's only going to come from the videos that you produce. Some of that is going to come from outside of the videos. The videos you might do are kind of like a living resume. And the value of vlogging, and I guess I determine vlogging is not just people who sit in front of a webcam and talk about something specific. That's entertainment, that's infotainment. Vlogging is more of that personal narrative, you sharing your experiences, your stories, your opinions, your experience of life, your lifestyle with everybody else. And there's no right way of doing it. It's always, the only rule is always addressing your community in as many ways as you possibly can. It's why, I'm very happy that, when someone sends a postcard, I'll show it in the blog. I mean, even though I've got a stack about this big now, thank God, because the stack that I've gone through is about that tall. Not even exaggerating either. It's huge. The value of having, the community connection for a vlog is as much of a value as, generating revenue from it. And until you're only going to generate revenue from advertising when you're talking about, hitting, tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands to millions of views in aggregate. And most people just aren't going to see that. It takes time. It takes, that connection. It takes a presence. It takes that value add. But ultimately, what you have over everybody else is you. And where YouTube, I think, has created the most amount of value is specifically in being completely different from traditional media, in the sense that you can connect with the community and you can interact with them, and that vlog that you've created, however often you create it, with whatever camera you're creating it with, you're either building connections with community, you're, or enhancing those connections with your community, and what can come from that is, opportunity. And whether it's an opportunity of a sponsor coming along and saying, hey, we like you, or you going to a sponsor and saying, hey, I do this vlog, and my vlog is usually about this. You could pitch them on, well, what about, doing something with me. The challenge, I think, for anybody is there's so much to pay attention to. You have to answer the question, why are they going to pay attention to you? And I work constantly on trying to make a 10-minute video feel more like 5 minutes, because it's not that people don't have time. It's, do they really want to sit through this much time of what are they going to gain from it? And you're only as good as your last video, and you've got a chance that if someone stumbles upon one random video in the middle of whatever, you've got a chance that you're going to pull them into you and your community, the people who appreciate you and the things that you do. When you put things out there, you never know what's going to come of it. So the monetization strategy that I've always taken is a lack of monetization strategy. I mean, that for as bad as that sounds, it's because I do my best to concentrate on what I think is going to bring value to someone watching or, reading or experiencing something that I'm sharing. And then from that, I just know by doing it for as long as I have that, other projects will come in. Vlogging has probably been the most exciting thing that's happened, at least with video, as far as I'm concerned, in recent years, because there's no plot, there's no plan, it's just pick up a camera and go. And by doing that, I have not just a history that I can look back on at any point in the future. Anybody could look back on, for things that would have happened on any given day. But I've also, I think, made a deeper connection with anybody who might watch any one of those vlogs. And where's some people would ask, well, where's the money in that? I think it'll come. I mean, obviously I'm working on Vlogger Fair, an event that, my hope is to bring people together, people who are known for vlogging, people who want to start vlogging, and people who just enjoy watching vlogs. And out of that comes a lot of attention and collaboration and opportunity. And that's something that, as an entrepreneur, opportunity is everything. And there's something called a lost opportunity cost. And I view the vlog as, yes, it does take time every day, absolutely. We get maybe 20 minutes of footage a day between Diana and myself, and I edit that down to 10 minutes, and that takes about an hour. But I look at it as kind of an opportunity for me to create something different, to set the stage so that when more and more brands begin to wake up to the value of being as a part of this community, or the idea of vlogging, I will have had, how many vlogs, behind me. Like, not everybody's cut out for it. I mean, I've known people kind of started going for a week and then they're done with it, just like blogging. Well, it takes time. That's the thing. You can't just, you turn a couple switches. People, we're kind of in a microwave society, like point, click, done. No, you can't. It's not that easy. It takes time and dedication, and vlogging is, I mean, certainly anything that you do in video is going to take time if you're going to do it right, or if you're going to approach it in such a way that you want it to be this testament to your efforts. You've got to treat every single video that you do as something that's going to be worth watching a year from now.
So how do you go about vlogging every day, trying to do the right thing, but not losing who you are in the process? Like, if you're trying to entertain,
Well, but see, that's the thing. I don't lose sight of myself. When I'm speaking to the camera, sometimes I'm speaking to somebody else, and I take a different tone or a different approach. Or if I'm having a conversation with Diana, sometimes you can see it's like they're really going back and forth on something. They're thinking it through, and then you kind of wonder, like, do you have these conversations anyway? I'm like, yeah, we have these conversations. It's just that we have a camera in our hand. So we wouldn't necessarily say out loud, we're driving to so-and-so, because obviously we know we're driving to wherever it is that we happen to be going to. The only thing that I'm very careful of is mentioning too many brands or showing too many brands in a vlog, or even in a regular video that I might do on YouTube, because of one reason. There's a value to it.
yeah. So how do you go about, like what if you wake up and go through your entire day and you just completely forget to pick up the camera?
Hasn't happened yet. There are days that are busier than others, but now Diana's got a separate camera than I do, so she's able to capture her, or things that she might want to say that I wouldn't necessarily have seen, and that's actually helped dramatically, like big time. But we've just started doing that because it's just a lot more helpful for me, because she might point saying, like, I'm doing the laundry, I just cleaned the floors, or here's the nail polish I'm going with. That's something that as I'm editing it, like, it just adds a different dynamic, because instead of it just being me pointing the camera and being whatever, saying everything, controlling everything, it allows for a deeper experience. So it's never been an issue to this point. I don't think we've ever forgotten. Believe it or not, there's a line that I just don't want people to cross, and we don't have to share everything.
But don't you read the comments and stuff?
Oh yeah, I read the comments all the time.
So you just ignore people?
I unfortunately here's the problem. I read a lot of comments, but it takes so much time that I can't respond to all of them. I mean, really, I mean, I get enough on a daily basis, which I love. Don't get me wrong. But when something really jumps out or really stands out, I'll definitely hit reply and say, thank you, or I try not to bring attention to the really negative ones. Although I gotta tell you, we don't get as much of them anymore. Honestly, I mean, they're out there, but it's not as bad as it used to be. Honestly, and I think the reason why it's not as bad as it used to be because of vlogging, because people get to know us as people, they understand and appreciate the other stuff that we might do. When you recognize someone as another human being, suddenly you have a different level of respect for them. So I think anybody who's doing videos on YouTube, I think needs to think about vlogging or adding that. Whether they add it to their existing channel or a new channel, I think it just deepens the connection you have with your community.
So why did you choose to put your vlogs in the Locker Room channel instead of a different channel altogether?
I think it's because I didn't want to split the audience, and YouTube doesn't manage multiple channels very well right now. And more than anything, some people have suggested, well, why don't you put the vlogs in another channel? I'm like, well, actually, the vlogs tend to track better, every one of them, than the stuff that I might do that's related to tech, which was the foundation of the channel. So, if anything, I would move my technology stuff to a different channel and keep the vlogging here. My hope is that eventually YouTube will allow for a better segmentation of audience, for them to subscribe to a certain type of video that you want to produce in the single channel, than the way they do it now, where you have to watch playlists or you get everything. And I think that's something they really need to seriously address, because otherwise I would have lost a lot of velocity around the vlogs that I did. And I really didn't want to lose that audience, because I felt that what I bring in a vlog only enhances the other stuff that might happen in the channel. So like ordering the iPhone, I'm really excited, or getting Google Glass, I'm really excited, and people get to see that, and that's something that they wouldn't necessarily see in a tech video, but it's still very much a part of the channel. So the channel is about me. It's not about tech. That's not. Even though, yes, I love tech, I wear geeky hoodies, man. I mean, it's what I do. I love Lego. I like drinking wine and beer and other things. My life is not unidimensional, and so, the way I chose to approach this is not to split the audience, and I would like to believe that people find value in, if they enjoy Chris Pirllo because of the tech stuff that he does. Hopefully they enjoy Chris Pirllo because of the parts of his life that he shares. There's a lot better engagement with the regular tech content that we're doing now than there was before, but I think that largely happened because of doing vlogging.
Well, thank you very much.
No worries. That's what we do.
All right.
Bye,
Well,
Matthew.
bye.